This was a massive spot to be in for such a young talent, to have a sold-out crowd completely behind her, down at points. Jimmy, how did she do it?
I mean, look, she's a fan favorite, obviously. Everywhere she goes, she has the Philippines cheering for her. They seem to travel to all the tournament.
Alex Eala just got destroyed in her singles quarterfinal. Lost 6-3, 6-3 to world number 11 Ekaterina Alexandrova. Walked off that court with her Abu Dhabi singles dream dead. Most players would have been crushed. Most would have needed hours to process that loss, to deal with the disappointment. Alex Eala had less than an hour, because 60 minutes after that singles heartbreak, her and Janice Tjen, the SEAsters, walked back onto court for their doubles quarterfinal against the second seeds. And what did they do? They absolutely dominated them 6-3, 6-3, and punched their ticket to the semifinals. This is the story of how to turn devastation into motivation in under an hour. Let me break down this emotional roller coaster of a day in Abu Dhabi. So let's start with the singles match, because that loss hurts. Alex came into this quarterfinal on fire. She'd just pulled off that legendary comeback against Sasnovich, down 0-4 in the third, saved match point, won in a tiebreak. The momentum was there. The confidence was sky high. And she was facing Alexandrova, the number 2 seed. Now, Alexandrova is world number 11. She's not just good, she's elite. This is a player who's been in the top 20 for years, who's made Grand Slam quarterfinals, who hits the ball harder than almost anyone on tour. But Alex had taken down tough opponents before, and after that Sasnovich comeback, you felt like anything was possible. The match started, and it wasn't close. Alexandrova came out playing at an insanely high level. She was hitting winners from everywhere, serving bombs, not giving Alex any rhythm. First set, 6-3 to Alexandrova. Second set, same story, 6-3 again. Match over in straight sets. And look, there's no shame in losing to the world number 11. This isn't a bad loss. Alexandrova is that good. But after the high of that Sasnovich comeback, after climbing to number 38 in the live rankings, after feeling like you're on the verge of something special, losing like that stings. Most players would have been devastated. They would have gone back to the locker room, sat there for hours processing the loss, maybe doing interviews, definitely feeling sorry for themselves. That's the natural human reaction when your tournament ends and your dreams die on court. But Alex didn't have that luxury, because less than an hour later, she had another match to play. Imagine the mental reset required here. You just lost. Your singles run is over. All that momentum from the Sasnovich match? Gone. The chance to keep climbing the rankings? Done. You're disappointed, frustrated, probably exhausted both physically and emotionally. And now, you gotta push all that aside, flip a mental switch, and get ready to play again. Not just play, but play against the second-seeded team in the tournament. Zhang Shuai and Christina Butsa, 2 experienced doubles players who are ranked way higher than you. This is where champions separate themselves from everyone else, because most people can't do that mental reset. They carry the disappointment into the next thing. They let one loss snowball into another. Alex Eala isn't most people. Less than 60 minutes after walking off the singles court with a loss, Alex and Janice Tjen walked onto the doubles court for their quarterfinal. And you know what? They came out swinging. First set, the SEAsters break early. They're moving well, communicating perfectly, finding openings in their opponents' games. Zhang and Butsa are the second seeds for a reason. They're good. But Alex and Janice aren't intimidated. They take the first set 6-3. Now this is where it gets interesting. Zhang and Butsa are veterans. They know how to adjust. They know how to fight back. And you're thinking, okay, they're gonna tighten this up in the second set. This is gonna get tough. But the SEAsters don't let up. They keep the pressure on, keep attacking, keep executing their game plan, and they close out the second set 6-3 as well. Same score as the first set. Absolute domination of the second-seeded team. The SEAsters are going to the semifinals, and Alex, who was probably feeling crushed an hour ago, is now celebrating a massive doubles win. Let's talk about what Alex and Janice have accomplished in this doubles draw, because it's borderline absurd. Round 1, beat Leylah Fernandez, French Open doubles finalist, and Kristina Mladenovic, 6-time Grand Slam doubles champion, in 3 sets, already one of the biggest upsets of the tournament. Quarterfinals, beat the second seeds Zhang Shuai and Kristina Butsa in straight sets. Another massive upset. Now they're in the semifinals of a WTA 500 event. That's huge. That's the kind of result that racks up serious ranking points, serious prize money, and serious respect. And the way they're doing it? With chemistry, with clutch play, with the kind of doubles instinct you can't teach. The SEAsters nickname isn't just cute, it represents something real. 2 Southeast Asian players, both fighting to prove they belong at this level, both lifting each other up when things get hard. When Alex needed to bounce back from that singles loss, Janice was there. When Janice needed a partner who could execute under pressure, Alex delivered. That's partnership. That's what makes doubles special. Now here's what I love about Alex's mentality. She could have used that singles loss as an excuse. I'm too tired. I'm too emotional. I just need to go home and process this. Nobody would have blamed her for coming out flat in the doubles match. But that's not who she is. Instead of letting the disappointment drag her down, she used it as fuel. You can almost imagine her thinking, okay, singles didn't go my way, but I've still got doubles. I've still got a chance to win something big here. Let's go. That's championship mentality. That's resilience. That's exactly the mindset you need to succeed at the highest level of professional sports. And honestly, this might end up being better for her in the long run. Yeah, losing in singles hurts. But now she gets to keep playing. She gets to keep competing. She gets to chase a doubles title with her partner instead of just going home disappointed. Sometimes the basketball gods or tennis gods or whatever you want to call them have a plan. Maybe Alex was supposed to lose that singles match so she could fully lock in on doubles. Because right now, the SEAsters are on fire, and they've got a real shot at winning this thing. So what's next? The semifinals. And I don't have the exact matchup details yet, but it doesn't really matter who they're playing. Because after what we just saw, bouncing back from heartbreak in under an hour to upset the second seeds, I'm not betting against them. The momentum is real. The chemistry is clicking. And most importantly, Alex has proven she can compartmentalize. She can take a tough loss, set it aside, and come back with the same intensity and focus. That's a superpower in professional sports. If they win the semifinal, they're in the final of a WTA 500 event. That's massive. That's career-defining. And even if they don't win it all, making the semis of a tournament this big is already a success story. Plus, let's not forget, Alex is still number 38 in the world in singles. That epic comeback against Sasnovich still happened. She still climbed 7 spots in the rankings. The singles loss to Alexandrova doesn't erase any of that. It just means she's got more work to do, more levels to reach. And based on everything we've seen, the comebacks, the mental toughness, the ability to bounce back immediately from disappointment, she's gonna get there. This is what I want people to understand about Alex Eala. She's not just talented. She's not just skilled. She's tough, mentally unbreakable. Losing 6-3, 6-3 in a quarterfinal, and then coming back less than an hour later to beat the second seeds in doubles? That's not normal. That's not something most players can do. That requires a level of mental fortitude that separates champions from everyone else. And she's doing it with Janice Tjen. Another fighter, another player refusing to accept where people think she should be ranked. Together, they're proving that Southeast Asian tennis is for real. That the SEAsters aren't just a cute nickname, they're a force. Look, I'm not gonna lie, the singles loss hurts. As a fan, I wanted to see Alex go deeper. I wanted to see her push Alexandrova harder. I wanted that magical run to continue. But you know what? This might be even better. Because now we get to see Alex respond to adversity. We get to see her prove that one loss doesn't define her, doesn't break her. We get to see her channel that disappointment into something positive in doubles. And we get to see the SEAsters make a run at a WTA 500 doubles title. How cool is that? So yeah, it was a bittersweet day in Abu Dhabi. The singles dream died, but the doubles dream is very much alive. And watching Alex flip that switch from devastation to domination in under an hour, That's the kind of mental toughness that makes me believe this girl is going to do special things for a long, long time. The semifinals are next, and I'm all in on the SEAsters. Let's go, Alex. Let's go, Janice. Time to shock the world again.